Hi, welcome to Crypto Finder. I'm James Edwards and I'm going to show you today how to get started buying Tron. Now I'm going to show you how to buy Tron if in particular you're a US customer because there's a few challenges there, but really anyone in the world can use the method that I'm about to show you, which is why it's really helpful. So the first and easiest way to figure out where you can actually buy Tron is to go down into the description of this video and you'll find a link that shows you where to buy Tron with Finder, and that's the page that I'm on right now. So this is Finder. Our website basically compares everything from money, insurance, internet, mobile, all that sort of stuff, but we of course do cryptocurrency as well. And what this guide shows you is a list of all the exchanges that you can purchase Tron on. So it's really great. It's just a nice spot to compare all of the different exchanges because you can have a look at what they offer as well. So you can see which exchanges offer fiat currency versus which that do not. And then you can also see the different cryptocurrencies that that exchange offers. So if there's a few cryptocurrencies that you want to buy, you can save time by just signing up for the one exchange that has all of them rather than mucking around and signing up and doing KYC for several exchanges. So I'll let you have a read through that guide yourself, but I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you how to sign up and buy Tron using the Houbi exchange. Now, the reason I'm using Houbi is it's actually available to customers in the United States. It doesn't accept fiat currency, but it does offer a huge range of altcoins. Now, a lot of people might be wondering why I'm not using Binance, which is a really well-known exchange, but Binance is not actually available to US customers. They shut down trading for US customers in 2019, and it's essentially banned for US customers now. So Houbi is great because it's available for people in the US, it's available for people everywhere else in the world, it's got a huge amount of cryptocurrencies, and it's really easy to use. So you're welcome to use any of the ones in this list or anywhere else of course, but Houbi is the exchange I'm going to use to demonstrate how to buy Tron. So click on the Go to Site button and that will take us to Houbi. Now, to get signed up for an exchange like Houbi for the first time, you are going to need a few things. If you can get a mobile phone, preferably a smartphone, some photo ID like a driver's license or passport, and some sort of proof of residence. So that's usually something like a recent utilities bill like electricity or gas, or a recent bank statement or internet bill that has your address on it. So I'll let you go through and get started with signing up. I, of course, already have an account, so I don't need to go through that. But I will just warn you to keep in mind that when you sign up for an exchange for the first time, you have to go through KYC, which is Know Your Customer, and that can actually take a few hours or days. That's where you've got to provide your ID, and that's where the exchange has to verify who you are before they can actually legally allow you to get started trading on that. Okay, so once you've signed up for Houbi, you'll be greeted with a landing page like this. Now, Houbi is quite an advanced exchange, so there's quite a lot going on, but I'm going to keep it really simple for you. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to move some cryptocurrency over to Houbi to actually purchase Tron. So this assumes that you've already got something like Bitcoin or Ethereum and that you've signed up for an exchange before and you know how to purchase Bitcoin or Ethereum. If you don't, that is totally okay. If you look in the description of this video, we've actually got some guides that show you how to buy Bitcoin for the first time with fiat, things like US dollars, and also Ethereum for the first time. So just go down into the description, follow those guides, and once you've purchased cryptocurrency for the first time, you'll be able to then follow these next steps to get started buying Tron. So now assuming, and once you've got that cryptocurrency, the first thing we want to do is go over to balances where it says exchange account, deposit and withdraw, because we obviously need to deposit some cryptocurrency into our account. Okay, so once we land on this page, we want to decide whether we're going to use Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's totally up to you. One of the advantages of using Bitcoin as a trading pair to purchase other cryptocurrencies with is it generally has the biggest liquidity pool. That means the most people are using Bitcoin to trade with. But one of the downsides is that the exchange fees tend to be higher than Ethereum, and it tends to be a bit slower when you're sending and receiving Bitcoin. Ethereum, on the other hand, tends to be a bit less liquidity, so less people are using it to trade, but the advantages are that it's faster to send and usually cheaper to send as well. So I'll let you decide on that, but for this example, let's pretend that we're going to go ahead and use Bitcoin. So we go over to the deposit tab, and there we get our address. Now, depending on where you're sending your Bitcoin from, you're going to need to go into either your exchange wallet, just like the one here, or maybe you've got a special cryptocurrency wallet, like a hardware wallet. Either way, this is the address that you're going to need to send the Bitcoin to. So when you go to withdraw in that exchange address, this is what you have to put in. So once you've deposited some Bitcoin or cryptocurrency into your account, we want to go up to markets so that we can start trading it for Tron. So when you land on markets, you'll first be greeted with the USDT market, which is Tether. There's also the HUSD, which is Houbi's own stablecoin, but we want to go across to BTC. Now, when we get to this page, we see a list of all the possible coins that we can trade Bitcoin for on Houbi. So if you want to have a scroll down and see what they offer, and you can find Tron down there. So if we click on Tron, it will take us to the TRX market, or sorry, rather we have to go over to the right-hand side and click Exchange. And this is where we can start swapping our Bitcoin for Tron. Okay, so I'll just wait for that to load. As we can see, there's the usual price graph, pretty standard stuff. If you're fairly new to this, I'll just quickly explain what we're having a look at here. Over here is a price graph. These little poles or bars are called candlesticks, and they just show how prices changed for a given time period. So if we go and press 1 hour here, it shows us the historic price for Tron against in units of Bitcoin for the past hour, every hour as we go back. So each one of those little candlesticks represents the movement of price for an hour. Over on this side, we've got recent trades, so it just shows what people in the market have been trading for recently. And then these red and green boxes here, they show available offers. So in green, it's showing what people are willing to pay with Bitcoin for Tron, and then in red, it shows what people are willing to sell Tron for in units of Bitcoin or Satoshis. So the bit we're most interested in is down in the right-hand corner here, which is where we can actually place an order. So the easiest way to purchase something, if you're not really too fussed about what price you're paying, if you've already had a look at what the price is today and you're happy to pay that much, or that you can see the price here and you're happy to pay the going rate, is you go over to market and you'll get the best market price that you want. So you'd go to market, you go to on the buy side, which is the green side, you'd put in the amount of Bitcoin that you're willing to spend. So let's say you're willing to spend 0.05 of a Bitcoin. It would then, you can then go forward and buy Tron with that. So just to keep in mind, it's going to calculate the best market price for you, so you don't actually get to see it, but an indicator should be that price there. Now, if you want to get, potentially a better deal, or you want to time your entry into the market, let's say that you've been looking at the charts for a while and you know what you want to pay for Tron, you would go over to the limit order, which is where you actually get to set the price. So over here we've got the last purchase price, which is 20194, and so that amount is in Bitcoin or in Satoshis. Let's say you wanted to pay a bit less, so you go 2000 to bring the price down. You'd then this time put in the amount of Tron that you want to buy. So before we were putting in how much Bitcoin we were willing to spend, this time we put in how much Tron we want to buy. I personally always do a limit order. Even if I'm in a rush to buy something, always do a limit order. It lets you have final control over how much you're spending, total control over the amount that you buy, and it really is, I think, the most responsible way to trade. That being said, this is not financial advice. So let's say we want to buy 2000 Tron, and it would then go down the bottom here and show us how much that costs in Bitcoin. So it's not much at all, since Tron is quite a cheap asset for each individual one. And then if we were happy with that price, happy with the amount, we would then click buy TRX and we'd place our order. Now another way of doing it is you'll see there's 25%, 50%, 100%, etc. If you click on one of those, all it does is it spends that amount of your available Bitcoin holdings. So let's say you put in one whole Bitcoin into your account to trade with. If you clicked on 50%, it would automatically fill this field here with what 50% of your Bitcoin, so half a Bitcoin, would buy in Tron. So, it basically just spends half of your available funds, basically, and buys the maximum amount it can with that. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it for a really simple, straightforward purchase of Tron using an exchange like Houbi. I hope all the numbers and charts haven't scared you off. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible, given that an exchange like this actually does offer a lot of advanced features. And that being said, I wouldn't use any of those advanced features until you really know what you're doing. Again, this isn't financial advice, but really the advice I can give you is that cryptocurrency markets are volatile and that you can lose all of your money in the process of trading. So be very careful before you make any decisions. So please, if today's video was helpful and it helped you purchase Tron for the first time, let us know in the comments below. Please let us know if there's any other coins you'd like a guide on for purchasing for the first time, or if there was something we could do different, please let us know. If you found the video helpful, please subscribe, as it helps let us know what type of content we should be making more of in the future. But that's enough from me today. Hope you have a great day and good luck out there with your trading.